Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I need to talk to you about something very important. Okay. First, this is a serious video here, and I want to kind of explain so you understand the importance of it. And what it is, I'm going to talk about the bed, how important a bed is. I'm in an apartment in Chongqing, China, and the room is $25 a night. And this bed has turned out to be probably one of the best beds I've had in my whole life. And in my travels, I cross paths with a lot of people, and that's my job, is to help people, and I help them in odd ways. The obvious is with the Hoi Chi, I take away pain, I improve people's health, and that's the obvious. And I do. I use a bed to do it. And now this bed isn't going to be working right; it's too low. But the idea is, it started making me think about how important a bed is. And as I travel around here, well, anywhere but the United States, and I don't quite understand how the United States works, but outside the United States, or at least in the Western Hemisphere and so far Asia, women appreciate a hard-working man. And even as old as I am, they're really amazed that, for one thing, I still work. They don't understand why I'm not retired, not doing nothing. And so that really puzzles them. And so then the first thing they think is, well, there's going to be a sugar daddy of some type. And anybody that knows me, and you all on YouTube knows, my life does not revolve around money. The only time I use money is when I travel. That is the only time I use money. If I am not moving, I am not using money. And it's been hard for me trying to explain how it works. But in this particular video, I'm going to explain how I have to try to explain this to women. Because there's a lot of women that want to share my bed. And sharing my bed is not like it was when I was 20-some years old. I'm a little smarter now. I know and understand how the world works. I'm able to make things happen, and it's not done through money. Now the money gets me to places, and but after it gets me to places, then it's not the money that makes things happen. And this is what I want to talk about, and how it works in a relationship also. And the thing is, what people don't understand, well, I'll put it this way, I think there's a lot of people that understand. Successful marriages, I believe, I'm not involved in everybody's successful marriages. I was in a pretty good one. And I've noticed that now as I'm older and I look around, I've accomplished a lot. I want to say when I was younger, I accomplished a lot when I was younger, but hey, last week I accomplished a lot. You know what I mean? So I keep accomplishing. Now I've noticed I've lost my wife over 5 years now, and it's been difficult for me to accomplish things. And the thing is, it's because of the bed. I don't get all the help that I need. And because in the bed, I got a lot of help done. Uh, we would go to bed early, and when things were perfect, I'll put it that way, because things aren't always perfect. But when things are perfect, we go to bed early, and we stay in bed late. You know, in other words, we go to bed 2 or 3 hours before we go to sleep, and we'll stay in bed after we wake up 2 or 3 hours after we wake up. And what we do is we snuggle a lot. Now, it was important. The snuggling is really important. This is what I've noticed. 5 years I haven't had this now. Well, it's been over 5 because the last few years of my wife's life, I was caring for her, and this time she was kind of sickly. So it's been more than 5 years. But like I say, I've noticed, and this is what I miss in a relationship. And this is what a lot of these women don't understand. That is that's the void that needs to be filled. A lot of them are thinking it's the sex part. And maybe when I was 20 years old, maybe that might be another story. But like I say, I've learned the importance of bed. And this is a nice bed. This is a soft bed. Man, it is real soft. And I like really soft beds. And like I say, so, but the thing is, we go to bed early. We talk about things. We talk about the immediate future. We talk about the long-term future. We talk about the things we like and we dislike, and not only about each other, but in life in general, and what can we do about it, and this type of stuff. And as we snuggle, this brings a bonding together where we trust each other. That's why we're opened up to each other. And we're able to talk about things that you can't talk about to anybody else. And we don't, and I've mentioned it before, you know, if my voice, I would say something wrong, raise my voice or do something, whatever. And if it was bad, my wife would say, "Are you trying to hurt me?" And, you know, she's brought to my attention my attitude, the way I expressed myself, it was hurtful. And that's what she was trying to express to me, that it came out like I was hurting her. And so, you know, of course I wasn't trying to hurt her, you know, so, you know, that's where the kiss and make up kind of stuff comes out. But like I say, it makes a lot of difference. And like I say, I'm a touchy-feely kind of guy. And so I like the hugging, I like being close and all this kind of stuff. But it normally comes, like you say, hours before bed and hours after bed. Now, since I'm older and much wiser, I've learned how to go to bed earlier, and I've learned how to stay in bed later. So, but like I say, we were able to talk about things. I could tell her my plans, what I wanted to do. I could get her feedback on if it was realistic and how I would do it. And so you think about this stuff before you go to bed. And when you wake up, a lot of times all the answers are there automatically. And especially when you're sharing it with somebody, and like I say, then you wake up and you think, well, that was a dumb idea, you know, and even think about it, you know, something. But hey, it's okay. We just did some brainstorming before we went to bed. That's why my videos are all about brainstorming. Well, I do the same thing in bed as we're cuddling. And it's really kind of, for me, it has changed my life terrible. That's why I've made so many mistakes since I've lost my wife. I don't have that person to run all these ideas by. And a lot of these women are thinking they're not understanding their role in my life and how my role is going to affect their life. They don't understand that. And that's because a lot of times, both the men and the women, they got so much material things on their minds, they forget all the cool stuff that's out there in life that we can be doing. And I started doing it. Like I said, 52 years old, that's when I liquidated and got rid of everything, and I started doing nothing but cool things. And taking care of my woman taking care of me. I mean, our lives completely changed once we got off the material wagon and was able to focus on each other. That is the important part. That's what makes the bed so great. And but it's a tool. You need to learn how to use it and use it for what it's worth. And I'll tell you, you can get a lot out of life. That's what I'm saying. Now I've had many different beds now. Like I say, I've been for years now. I've been going from one place to another, and it didn't come across me. Now back in Oklahoma, I've got a really nice bed there. But this is the first one that I've been able to find on the road. And but like I say, it's who you share this bed with that makes all the importance in the world. Now we're right back to I was talking about, I don't believe in equal rights. It's up to me as a man to lead that woman to help her help me make this relationship work. And it's done here in the bed. The relationship is what you can get out of the relationship and what you can put into the relationship. And it all happens in the bed. I know you're thinking, all I do is bed exercises. I've got my videos talking about bed exercises. And I do. I do a few minutes worth of exercises in the bed before I get out. Because physically it helps me, along with emotionally and mentally. And I do a lot of praying in bed, so that tells you the spiritual part of it too. So the bed is a big thing. We need to get the best value out of that bed. I'll tell you, it's an important thing. It's a tool. It's a tool we learn how to use. It's a tool we all have. Even in China. I mean, I don't know where, you don't know where Chongqing is, but I'm out west China. And it's 30 million people. Oh man, not good for me. I'm trying to get out of here as soon as I can. I got people to meet, and then after I meet, I'm heading out. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.